Part 1. From Crunches to Suspicions. But lately, I feel like it's becoming excessive. She used to regularly work out at a gym when she was in college. At some point, she stopped going to the gym, I think lately just due to her schedule, and prefers to work out at home or go for runs outside. About 18 months ago, she announced she was going to get back into the habit of going to the gym. She now had a job where she was able to make more time for it. It started off normal but slowly became more and more frequent. She signed up for classes on the weekend both days. She started going to the gym every day. Then it became the morning before work and then again later in the evening, every single day. If she's stressed, she goes to the gym. Experiences some kind of life crisis, she immediately heads to the gym. We have an argument, she runs to the gym. She's 4 months pregnant right now. I'm kind of surprised we even had time to make a kid. I understand that it's safe for her to work out, especially since she was already in the habit of doing it before she got pregnant. But the intensity is not slowing down. If she misses one of her normal gym sessions, she becomes so irritable, like a junkie not getting her fix. It's just bizarre. Surely a case of too much of a good thing. Of course, she gets upset when I voice that it's becoming an unhealthy obsession and that I miss spending time with her because she's there so much. She has all of these friends and this whole circle of people there that she seems to prefer spending time with over me. Why don't we work out together at the gym? The gym is her time, she says. This isn't a case of me feeling insecure because she's in great physical shape and I'm a flat slob. I work out and I'm in shape. My job really requires me to stay in shape, so I can't let myself go if I want to. I genuinely feel her gym habits are unhealthy. She's overexercising, for one. There is such a thing. But worse than that, I feel it's becoming a way for her to escape everything else in her life. She's never actually fixed anything that goes wrong in her life. She just runs off to the gym to get some sort of mood boost, and then that's it. She also never gets anything else done in the practical sense because how can she when she's at the gym so often? It's to the point where I have to do every chore, and if food is getting made, I'm going to have to do it. I don't expect her to do all of those things, but it should at least be a shared effort. People we know have even commented about it to me. They've said things about how she seems different, how she sure is at the gym a lot, and many of her friends and family barely see her anymore. Some have even suggested she's having an affair with somebody there. Please tell me that this doesn't sound normal to you. She insists this is perfectly normal. Ask for an opinion, and the community shall respond. First up, my guess would be that she is overwhelmed by life and that she escapes to the gym. She's probably always been a control freak, and now that life does life things, she has a hard time not being in control. You're always in control at the gym. Same reason why bodybuilding attracts control freaks. The OP replies, yes, she is somebody who is overwhelmed with life. A very stressed out person, somebody who worried about everything. Her job is extremely stressful to her, and she's been on the verge of true breakdowns because of it multiple times. They're actually the ones who told her she had to do something to deal with her stress, which was part of the reason she started going to the gym. Someone else chimes in, okay, the people thinking it's an affair is one thing, but I think it's more likely this. I saw this post and actually thought of myself. At one point, I used to spend 3 hours at the gym over 2 sessions some days and run 30 to 40 miles a week. If I missed my run or someone changed plans on me, I would be very annoyed and have to make it up another day, often overworking myself and just stressed. Can't enjoy things until I get my workout in. Based on what you said, I do think she is addicted to exercise, and it is a real thing. I think due to her pregnancy and body changes, the gym and exercise is how she feels in control. It's an obsession like OCD, if that makes sense. And over time, she will need more exercise to feel that high. Maybe she's pumping iron to prepare for the ultimate baby lift. Maybe she's trying to get it in while she still can. There's a lot of changes going on for a woman during pregnancy, and maybe she feels like going to the gym is the only thing she can control right now. Just remember, when the baby arrives, you'll both be doing reps of changing diapers and sleepless nights. So might as well get used to the gym grind now, right? Part 2. Shattered Phone, Shattered Trust. I posted not very long ago about my wife's addiction to the gym. A compulsion, if you will. She spends most of her free time there. She often goes twice a day, and sometimes even 3 times if we have a fight at night, and she needs to run off instead of actually talking to me. She won't let me go to her gym, and she refuses to go to mine. Her gym is her place, my gym is my place, and that's the way it has to be according to her. I'd love to have her come along with me. I've invited her multiple times. She's about 18 weeks pregnant right now. This is our first baby. She worked out like crazy prior to the pregnancy, and she continues to just as hard now. I sure didn't think she was cheating on me. People suggested it in the last thread, and I laughed. You can tell she's at the gym a lot, she's in great shape, so she's obviously going there. I felt really confident about the cheating issue, and when I posted 9 days ago, I wasn't even considering cheating. I'm embarrassed to admit that after reading a lot of the comments on my last post, I thought maybe I was being overly confident about her fidelity. She usually always has her phone on her, but she left it on the kitchen counter and, as stupid as I felt, I decided to do a quick swipe through her texts. She had a current text conversation going on with a guy. I recognized the name, the same name of a guy from the gym who she mentions a lot. She's friends with a lot of people there. We went to one of their weddings last fall. I wasn't too terribly concerned until I started reading the texts. Never wanted to know what the guy's deck looked like, but I know now. She was only out of the room for literally about a minute or two, so I had to scroll fast. I was furious. I asked her what the fuck this conversation was about. She started yelling at me for looking at her phone. I told her she's acting so weird and her gym obsession was really bothering me, so I just decided to look and was ashamed that I did, but that I thought I'd find nothing at all. She said, it's nothing, it's nothing. Didn't look like nothing to me. She sure seemed pretty interested in his nothing. I wanted to know if she's been fucking him, for how long. She kept saying no. I left the house because I was so furious, but not before I slammed her phone on the ground and shattered it. She was calling me all sorts of names for breaking her phone. She hit me on the back as hard as she could. I left, went to my brother's house. My brother and sister-in-law were shocked, although my sister-in-law was one of the most vocal ones about my wife's gym obsession being weird and bringing it up to me constantly. I went home, she was in bed crying. She obviously couldn't call me or anyone else for that matter, she was laying it on thick. I don't know if you'd ever come home, give me a break. I took her phone to get repaired tonight. She doesn't deserve it, but I still feel like a butt for breaking her phone. I still don't know how deep it goes. She won't admit to anything beyond what I saw. Was it sexting? Bad enough, or more. I'm convinced it was a lot more, but she refuses to hand over her phone and is now trying to act like I'm this terrible monster who is abusing her because I broke her phone. Not my proudest moment, but I honestly wanted to body slam her after she punched me. I have never and would never actually touch her like that. Let's see how the community reacts. Okay, this is bad and about to get a lot worse. Let's just cut right through the BS and recognize what is happening. Your wife is 100% having an affair. It is physical. She isn't just sending and receiving pictures. She's been lying to you about it for a while now and is lying to you about it currently. What you saw on her phone is the tip of the iceberg and not the full picture. Given your previous post and her long-standing insistence on a separate gym, it's likely that the physical affair started before she got pregnant. It doesn't take a genius to see what the implications are for the pregnancy and your paternity. Remember, she's a proven liar and is lying to you still now. It's only a matter of how deep and depraved the lies are. Don't allow yourself to think that couldn't be possible. Remember, it was only a few days ago you thought it was impossible for her to be having an affair. She was not in bed crying over you. She was crying for herself and what your discovery means for her in her situation. She is selfish and has shown she doesn't care about you. Don't confuse her tears. They are crocodile tears. This is bad. 5. Alarm fire bad. You cannot control her actions, only your actions and reactions. You have some leverage now. Use it to get as much as possible at this stage, including full access to her phone history, social media, and deleted messages. This is important only because it will make the truth undeniable, not because it will make this salvageable. Stay strong and keep your head screwed on. It's going to get a lot worse before it gets better. Oh boy, I was really hoping it didn't come down to that, but can't always give people the benefit of the doubt. Looks like your marriage is getting into cardio too, running away from the truth. Who needs couples therapy when you could just hit the gym separately and avoid your problems, right? At least now you know why she's been so eager to work on her squats lately. Got to keep those legs strong for running away from confrontation. And it makes you sort of wonder if the baby in her belly is really yours, OP. Hate to say it. Part 3. You wouldn't really leave me. My wife asked me to stay home from work so we could talk. She laid in bed all day yesterday trying to get me to feel sorry for her, but I paid absolutely no attention to her and ended up leaving the house to go to my family's Super Bowl party. I wasn't in the mood to go, but I wasn't going to sit at home with her. It really bothered her that I left. She kept texting me things like, who just leaves like that when something like this is happening? Who is that cold and callous that they just leave to go to a party? I stayed home today to talk to her. She was full of tears. She's so sorry. According to her, she really was going to the gym twice a day because she likes going there. That's where her friends are, makes her feel good, it's fun for her. She met this guy there and he started flirting with her. Everyone likes him. He's one of the most popular guys there. I didn't realize there were popular people at gyms. She admitted that she flirted back but didn't mean anything by it. She didn't reciprocate very much at first, but he gave her butterflies and she just found herself flirting back without thinking. She said it felt like when she had a crush on somebody, when she was in school, when she was younger. They started texting. At first, it was just friendly and nothing sexual for several months, but she'd feel giddy every time she got a message from him. She was really attracted to him, but told him that she was married and there could never actually be anything between them. According to her, he kept flirting with her anyway and said, sure, we won't cross the line, until they did cross the line. She said she had tried to resist it for a while, but then one day they kissed. She admitted to enjoying it, but also felt that it was wrong. She must not have felt that bad because she slept with him for the first time later that night. She described it like falling in love with somebody for the first time. All she could think about was him. Is she in love with him? She doesn't know. Is the baby mine? She thinks so, but there's always a small chance it could be his. He always used a condom, so she doesn't think it's his baby, but they were sleeping together at the time she got pregnant. She loves me. She can't help that there's just this huge spark between the two of them. She doesn't know if she loves him. She doesn't know if the baby is mine. She doesn't know why she did this. She doesn't know what she thinks we should do. The nail in the coffin is when she said, "You wouldn't really leave me if it's not your baby, would you?" She had the balls to ask me that. I told her of course I'm leaving her and I wouldn't raise another man's child. She seemed shocked. She said, "Really? With everything we have in all our history, you wouldn't even consider it?" She can't be serious. I told her no, I would never consider it. She agreed to get a DNA test. She cheerfully agreed, like I'm supposed to feel sorry for her about it. I don't know who this woman is. She was crying the whole time, but not tears of an ashamed or sorry person. They were tears for herself and meant to try to make me feel bad. Feel bad for what? That her heart is apparently so torn? Time for some more community reaction. The good news is she has given you all the information you need to make the right decision. All the extra detail she provided is exactly what was needed to make it absolutely clear that you cannot stay with this person 1 second longer. Even if the child is yours, there's no way you should stay married. Many people co-parent, and it's better to do that than stay with this person. As much as this no doubt hurts you, on the bright side, it's really great that she removed the cloud of uncertainty that inevitably comes with situations like this. You know what you need to do now. You just have to do it. That doesn't mean this is going to be easy. In fact, it's probably going to be the most difficult thing you have ever done in your life. But you know now with absolute certainty that ending this marriage is the right thing to do. The OP replies, "She's ruined my life, but I just feel numb right now. I barely feel anything at the moment. It would have been bad enough for her to have an affair and cheat on me, but she couldn't have stopped when she found out she was pregnant. At least I could have walked away. If it wasn't for this pregnancy, maybe I still can. I won't know for sure until I get some test results. She's almost positive the baby is mine. I'm stuck dealing with her forever then. My child will grow up with divorced parents. Their mom will be the Jim B. Chi-Chi. Maybe she'll even take off to live near her family and take my kid with her. Oh, but then she couldn't be near the guy who gives her butterflies and fucks her in gym changing rooms. The thrill, the excitement. How can I even blame her? She's ruined fatherhood for me, whether this is my kid or not. If by some chance this isn't my baby and I'm able to completely break free, how will I not think of this one day when I start a family? I was so fucking happy to have this baby with her. I was really excited, even though we hadn't planned for it. Right now, we have names picked out. I've been there for everything. And now she does this to me, not only me, but this poor kid, regardless of who their father is. Yikes. I'm sorry, OP. Take some time to process this circus of events. It's like a twisted game of, guess who's the daddy? It's a tough hand you've been dealt. Obviously, she's not sorry she's been cheating on you. She's just sorry she got caught. It's all fun and games until you get knocked up by an affair partner. She had no intention of ever telling you it possibly wasn't yours either, OP. I hope you know that. She just didn't want to be pregnant and alone. Part 4, Trashy Talk Show Reality. The woman who was once my wife, who I considered a classy woman, has turned into complete trailer trash. Today, she announced that she's moving in with her affair partner from the gym. She's pregnant, might be his kid, might be mine. She's too embarrassed to get blood drawn for a paternity test. She spent about a week trying to get my attention, to get me to talk to her, to get me to beg her to be mine. I didn't fall for any of it. I've largely been ignoring her, and when we have to speak, I kept it very brief. We've been living together this whole time, but I'm in a different room now and functioning separate from her in all ways. So her pouting and trying to get me to pay attention to her and give her a gold star for not going to the gym for 5 days in a row didn't work. Today she texted me to say she's moving in with him. Somehow I still care about this person. I've already met with a lawyer, though. I can care about her as a human being and possibly the mother of my child without being married to her. Still, it stung to hear her say she was going to be with him. I told her it wasn't a smart move to leave the house. I've even told her she should probably meet with a lawyer. She doesn't care about anything I have to say. I don't think she needs to move in with anybody. I actually feel bad for her that she can't just be on her own. I asked her if he actually knew she was pregnant and wanted to know what story she's been telling him this whole time. She said he knows and he doesn't care if it's my baby. He loves her and wants to be with her. Bizarre. You can't find anyone else? Somebody who isn't a married pregnant woman? Why would you take that on? Doesn't make sense to me. He's scum, but he's good-looking scum who apparently is gainfully employed and owns his own home. So you can't tell me that my married pregnant wife is your only option here. I just can't imagine being a single guy like that and wanting to put up with this baggage. I could have other options. And if this really is my baby, then what? They'll live with my wife and this weasel 50% of the time? I don't know how my life turned into this mess. And she thinks it's embarrassing to have to go get blood drawn. Part 5. The Waiting Game. My wife moved in with her affair partner last weekend. She didn't take very much at all. Most of her stuff is still in this house. I still get the feeling she was just waiting for me to beg her to come home, but I didn't reach out to her at all after she left. It was a strange mixture of relief, anger, and sadness. I don't think I ate at all until last night, just never felt hungry. Drank a little too much, but I'm fine. I'm posting this update because I've received a ton of messages from people, and honestly, it's emotionally draining to respond to each one and to have to type the same stuff out. I just don't feel like talking about her that much. So this morning she texted me to say her affair partner wants to get a DNA test done, so she's going to do it. Look at that. Didn't matter when I wanted one, but now that he has requested it, she suddenly thinks it's a great idea. She asked if I wanted to submit a sample because it'll be cheaper to have two dads tested as part of one package. I don't even care about the cost at this point, I just want an answer. I don't have to see or interact with them at all. I just have to make my own appointment with the lab to get my cheek swabbed. So this Saturday, I'm going to do that, and we should have the results within a week. I'll take what I can get at this point because it's better than her dragging this out for another 20 weeks. So that's it. I'm fine. I'm going to work every day trying to function. Just feel stuck in limbo. I miss her, honestly. I hate that she's there with him. It makes me sick. Part of me does want to beg her to come home. It'll be even worse if I find out that it's my baby and she's there with him. Unless he drops her at that news, I won't let myself beg her. I won't play any of those games with her. The community has some thoughts, so this morning she texted me to say her affair partner wants to get a DNA test done, so she's going to do it. I guarantee you that the affair partner agreed to move her in and have a relationship because she told him that he was the dad. And now, after she's moved in and they've had some level of conversation beyond the quickies in the locker rooms, he's realized that you may be the dad. So he wants the DNA test to confirm he's the father before doing anything else. I guarantee you that if it comes back that you are the dad, he'll send her packing. If I was you, I'd have the divorce pleading already filed and have changed the locks on the doors. She moved out on her own accord. It's no longer her home. While a divorce may not be finalized prior to her giving birth, you can certainly get through 99.999% of the process before then. I know you don't want to, but she should also tell her parents that she's moved out of the house and is now living with her boyfriend baby daddy. And if they need to reach her, they should call her there and not at your house. The OP replies, I'm positive that's the case too. And if it's my baby and he kicks her out, what do I do? I know I'll let her come back here. Not to remain married, but if she's carrying my baby, I can't let her be homeless. Trying not to think about all of the what-ifs and just take a day at a time. But it's easier said than done. It's wild how you've been living with her up until then. Seriously, though, your wife's sudden relocation to the Love Shack with her gym buddy is like something straight out of a reality TV show. Kudos to you for keeping your cool while living under the same roof as a soon-to-be ex-trailer park queen. It's like you were starring in your very own episode of Living with the Enemy. But hey, now that she's flown the coop, you can finally reclaim your space and sanity. It's definitely a tough situation to be in. I guess you're sort of in a limbo of sorts until you find out if you're the daddy. I suppose the affair partner is in the same situation. He's just taking care of her until he knows for sure that it's his kid or not. Either way, I'm thinking the affair partner is the type of guy who won't hesitate to cut her loose either way. Epilogue: paternity, nursery, and a new reality. My wife has been having an affair with a guy she met at the gym for at least nearly a year. She's around 22 weeks pregnant right now. She was somewhere around 17 weeks when I discovered she was cheating. She maintained that she was positive I was the father, but then refused to get a paternity test done to ease my mind. We recently had a paternity test done at the request of her affair partner, and it proves the baby is mine. It's been very mixed emotions for me, very up and down. Originally, I thought I just wanted to be completely done with her and not have any lifelong ties in the form of a full-blown human being we shared. But I was sort of happy or relieved when I got the results. I'd already had it in my mind that I was going to be a father for months before I found out she was cheating. Sometimes I just have moments where I can't believe this is my life, that this is the situation that my kid will be born into, and I hate her for it. She's still living with him. All of her belongings are still here in our house. I refuse to do the work of packing everything up for her. She doesn't seem concerned about taking any of her things beyond the essentials. After we got the news that I'm the baby's father, she texted me to say she's glad that I'm the father and that she knows I'll be a great dad. She was texting me new baby name ideas last night. She's tried calling, but I ignore the calls. I only speak with her via text. This morning she asked if she could come by and get a few things. I told her it was fine, as I'd been advised by my lawyer to not prevent her entry from the home, but I told her that he better not be with her. So who shows up with her? The scumbag boyfriend. He walks right into the house behind her like it's no big deal. She ran upstairs to get stuff she wanted, and he and I were just left standing there in the living room. He told me it wasn't her fault that he was there. She told him I didn't want him to come, but he forced his way along. He wanted to talk to me, supposedly, to tell me he understands how I must be feeling. No, you don't know. He told me he knows I probably don't believe him, but he genuinely loves her and knew he probably wasn't the father. He accepts it. And then tried to assure me he won't try to take my place with the baby and hopes we can just get along since we're both going to be in her life now. He promises that she's fine, he's looking after her. I told him that I couldn't, for the life of me, imagine what he wanted with a pregnant woman who was having another man's child. That I found it weird. Then I told him if he didn't get out of my house, I'd punch him. I went upstairs, and she was trying to find some things in the bathroom. I immediately asked her why she brought him along and told her, I find it really strange that he still wants to be with her now that he knows he has nothing to do with this baby and that I refuse to let him have anything to do with my child. She said he talked her into coming and she's sorry and never meant for any of this to happen, but she's in love with him now. He is supposedly what 30-year-old her is looking for, not me. She's setting up a nursery in his house, and I can set one up at my house, and she has no intention of trying to get full custody or anything like that. She doesn't want to keep me from being involved in my child's life. How generous of her. She went back downstairs and I followed her, and he was still standing there in the living room, and I just walked up to him and punched him. He stumbled back and fell into the table. She yelled, "What the fuck?" and ran over to him. I don't even care at this point, as if he's going to call the cops. He deserved it, and it wouldn't have happened had he just left like I told him to. Several hours later, she texted me to say she was sorry about today. He really meant what he said, and he's actually a good guy, and he cares about her, and he respects me. What the fuck? He respects me? He was screwing my wife in the gym locker room. I was like, you can't be serious. She said, fine, I'm trying to have a mature conversation about this. I can't help that we fell in love. Believe it or not, I'm not trying to hurt you, and I want everything to be amicable. This guy stole my wife, and he's stealing my kid too. Sure, I'm the actual father, but now they're setting up a nursery together in his house. I've tried not to feel jealous or sad. I've tried to maintain the thought that he's the trash man who picked up my garbage. Sometimes I feel that way. But the truth is that I loved her and still love her. I don't want to stay married to her on principle alone, but this is devastating to me. The paternity test results, drumroll please, and the verdict is, you are the father. Don't even get me started on the audacity of her bringing her side piece into your house like it's a casual meet and greet. Talk about adding insult to injury. It's clear that everything that came out of his mouth is BS. I feel so terrible for you, OP. You got a long road ahead, and the last thing you want is to navigate this mess without a seasoned legal expert by your side. So do yourself a favor and pick up the phone, because it's time to call in the big guns. Trust me, you'll thank me later when you're not drowning in legal paperwork and regret. What would you do? Share your thoughts with us in the comments below.